I am the Judas Resurrection.
You're gonna need a second now. All the way, sir. Yellow ramp, military, yellow ramp, desert shield. Look it up. It'll tell you there's such a thing. I feel like the back of my bray isn't directly over my occipital process. It always looks. You see, when I'm talking to you, there's a mirror image. We used to talk when I was a kid. It's doesn't matter if you talk to yourself, just as long as you don't answer. That means you're not crazy. But here we brought ourselves into a time. I'm looking at myself right now, trying to talk to you, but all I see is me. It's me, me, me. We're in a mirror image, so I get a look at how my bray's on. Ah, I've got your back. Paul from Dove and Serpent Tarot. I'm watching. He's got a video out that came out yesterday, but I was keeping up with my Sagittarius, so I didn't catch that. I have videos that go all through the week for advice and reasoning and consideration. Stat progression voluntas. That's Latin for let my will stand for reason. There's a reason for everything in my life, and it's not just one. I try to take into consideration the things that I see around me. Might as well pull a damn tarot card out of. I'm just picking through the middle of the deck. It's up here and it's packaging in its little bag. Oh, oh. Four of Pentacles. That's for you, Paul. The tower is just fallen, but the foundation stands strong. If we're going back, but if we're going forward, we're building the foundation. We've got ourselves in a place where we're safe. And the question is, are you ready to build higher and make yourself a threatened society like the Tower of Babel, when everybody started getting together and they were speaking the same language and trying to build a tower to heaven? They were looking for a way together, and God says, no, go fuck yourself. It's not the time yet. And he tears the thing down and makes sure everybody's spread all over. That's how we got the Chinese people. You want to blame China for the world's problems? Blame God for making them. It's your Bible, not mine. I was just trying to get to something. It really was the idea that I'm sitting there watching Dove and Serpent. That's Paul. And he says, yeah, got your back. And it's the baldy, it's the eagle that's saying, I've got your back. It made me think about a story once when I was at Fort Bragg. I can say Fort Bragg again. I don't think I ever talked about it like Liberty was okay by me. Fort Bragg is a good name. Gonna take you back to Bragg, Judas. Colonel Troutman tells me his fucking Helicopters are coming in. But when we were in garrison at Bragg, it was some Sundays when nothing was happening, we would just take out an atlas. I started this. I got the game right now. Where in the world, if you ask me a question or something that happened where I put my finger, I can tell you a true story or a lie, which is very believable based upon the other places I've been. What might have happened if I'd have been in Vietnam. Oh, no. I was just on vacation, but it didn't turn out so well. See, that's a made up story. I didn't go into Vietnam because I was 40 kilometers away from the Vietnamese border at one point. I lived there and people were going on vacation. I said, no fucking way am I going into Vietnam because I'd made enough jokes about it already. I'm going to have to do it. And it would involve a lot of people getting hurt. And I've got nothing against the Vietnamese. It's just a joke I made for the old timers in the VFW. And now I've got to do it because I made a joke out of it. Be careful what you joke about, lest you become it. And so as not to become it, I refused to go into Vietnam. Same way I refused to go into Mexico the first time because I had the chance, because I knew I was going to end up in jail. That was the joke. I'd be in a jail in Mexico, and nobody's coming for me. Major Temple's in goddamn Pentagon. He doesn't need a driver anymore. He doesn't need Cato. But so we took out this atlas and we'd point at something on the state of North Carolina, and wherever you hit with your eyes closed, we were going to go there that Sunday afternoon just to do something. And one Sunday afternoon, it was Scamp, Scarborough, and me. Vizenko might have been there, but I don't want to implicate him. And the one day, Scamp, Scarborough, and I, and maybe Vizenko, put the finger on the goddamn map, and we found this town in there, and I can't remember the name of it. I wish I could. It's been at least, it was 88 to 26, 12 and 26. It's 38 years by now. And we said, okay, we're going there. And we just drove there. And on the way, we'd gotten a frozen pizza because Scarborough had said, we can cook this under the hood on the way there and it'll be ready for us, because he heard that it could be done. And when we got to that town down, there were split highway. That's all the town was on both sides. It was just nothing out there. We pulled up into that town and we decided we're going to eat our pizza, and opened the hood, pulled it out, and it was still mostly frozen all the way through. It didn't work. There's your goddamn urban myth fucking story. We drove for about 2 hours and the damn thing didn't cook in North Carolina. We ate frozen pizza, and then we went and looked for a bar. We went to a mall because we figured there's a bar in the mall, but at the time, you're not supposed to be serving drinks on fucking Sundays in North Carolina. I don't know what they do now, but they'd get mad at you if you even looked at the beer when you were in the store on a Sunday. No beer on Sundays! They must have known us. We went into a mall to the there was a bar in the mall and it was closed. And we said, well, this isn't going to fucking work. All we're doing is going driving to get a beer. I had a fake ID and it worked. Nope. Left the mall and we're driving down the freeway, leaving that town. It's like this was a fucking wash. Not even a wash. It was a fucking waste of time. We could have been drinking back on base. And I saw a bunch of motorcycles outside of a building. And I said, oh! We pulled in. It was a bar inside this building with all these motorcycles serving alcohol against the law on a Sunday. And we walked in and it's like, hey, hey, let's get some beers. So we're getting beers. And then there was some girl by a pinball machine that was looking at Scarborough. Scarborough had these giant blue eyes that I guess no matter how much his head looked like a potato, they were drawn to them. He's the one that taught me, "Excusa, dove le figa," because he was in Italy in the 82nd Splinter group in Italy before he came to us, so he knew some Italian. Excusa, dove le figa? It means, hey man, pardon me, where's the pussy? And I saw a sign on the road the other day that the street name is Figa, and I said, look at that, it's vagina. So we got him standing there, and there was some girl looking at him like she was attracted to him, and it was all bikers in this fucking joint, and thugs. And it turned out there was an Air Force fucking base in that town we didn't know about, and the girl's boyfriend was not happy. There was something about to get stirred up, and this guy, he must have been probably my age, but people my age look a lot older than me. He came up in his leather vest with his leather fucking cap, like something Ernest Borgnine would wear. He's obviously a veteran and a biker. And he comes up to us as we're standing at the bar, and Scarborough's over there. He was at the pinball machine. Forgot about that. And the guy looks at Scomp and me and maybe Vizanko. And he says, hey, you guys, you in the Air Force? Because we had the haircuts. Not Air Force haircuts. We had 82nd haircuts, which is different than an Air Force haircut. I said, no, sir. We came over from Bragg. We're in the 82nd. That it's not a bragging point. It's just something that puts you in a place where you can communicate with people, because most people think that's something special. I said, with the 82nd, he says, oh. And he's standing there and he's this squat guy that's probably 5'6", but he tough as nails. I know. I'm not denying this. And he says, well, want you to know I'm on your side. And it was the funniest thing in the world to me. This guy coming up asking who we are and where we're from, and then finds out who we are, and he wasn't going to support the Air Force. I don't have the quote just right the way he said, I want you to know, after asking where we were. He said, well, that's what he said. He said, I'm on your side. That means we were about to get beaten in this fucking bar by a bar full of people. The three of us, maybe four. And the guy, he said, I'm Marine. I'm on your side. He mentioned that he was a Marine. That makes a difference too. Is he going to fight for Air Force? Probably not. But if we're from the 82nd and he's in North Carolina, he was probably at Camp Lejeune or Cherry Point or something, and he had probably been on training missions with us and been around long enough to respect it. And him saying, I'm on your side, all that says to me is we're all about to get fucking beaten. But what else does that say? The eagle for a spirit animal. I'm on your side. I got your back.